Am I the a-hole for not letting my niece near my daughter's cake? So, this happened over the weekend and my family is still blowing up the group chat about it. My sister called me cruel and vindictive, her words, and now my mom thinks I should apologize. I'm honestly starting to question if I went too far or if this is just one of those situations where no one was going to walk away happy. I, 32F, have a daughter, Lily, turning 6, and this past Saturday we threw her a birthday party at our house. It was her first real party since before COVID, and we went all out: balloons, games, rented a bouncy castle, and yes, the cake. She's obsessed with unicorns, so I ordered a custom 3-tier unicorn cake from a local bakery she loves. It wasn't cheap, and she'd been talking about it for weeks. She even picked out the flavor for each layer. Enter my niece, Ava, 7F, my older sister's daughter. I'll be honest, Ava can be a handful. She's loud, demanding, and has a bit of a history when it comes to food and parties. Last year at my nephew's party, she smashed the cake with her hands before they could even sing happy birthday. I chalked it up to overexcitement at the time, but it stuck with me. Fast forward to Lily's party. Everything is going well. Kids are playing, parents are chatting, and the cake is sitting on the table untouched, waiting for the big candle moment. I go inside for literally 2 minutes to grab my phone charger, and when I come back, Ava is standing on a chair, hovering over the cake with her hands inches from the top tier. Lily is frozen, wide-eyed, and another kid is yelling she's gonna touch it. I panicked. I rushed over, took Ava by the arms, gently but firmly, and told her she was not allowed near the cake. She immediately started crying, said I yelled at her, and ran to my sister. My sister came over, furious, saying I had no right to discipline her child and that I embarrassed Ava in front of everyone. I told her, point blank, I'm not letting anyone ruin Lily's cake, especially after what happened last time. She called me petty and overprotective, grabbed Ava, and left the party early. Later that night, she texted me saying Ava was traumatized, that I humiliated her, and that I owe them both an apology. Now half my family is siding with her, saying I overreacted and that it's just cake. But Lily had a great time, and the cake made it to the candle moment in one piece. She even said it was her favorite part of the day. So, am I the a-hole for not letting my niece near the cake and apparently ruining the party for her? So the morning after the party, I woke up to 47 unread messages in the family group chat. That's never a good sign. It started with my sister, Ava's mom, sending a photo of Ava looking sad with the caption, all because she wanted to see the pretty cake. Cue the sympathy parade. My mom replied almost immediately saying how disappointed she was in me and how a little grace with children goes a long way. Then my cousin chimed in with something about how I've always had a rigid parenting style, whatever that means, and a few other relatives started piling on about how kids will be kids and you should have just let it go. I stayed quiet for a few hours because honestly, I was still pissed. But I finally replied with, Lily's cake wasn't a free-for-all. I wasn't going to risk it getting ruined again, especially after what happened at Max's party last year. Ava wasn't just looking, she was about to grab it. Well, that lit the match. My sister fired back saying Ava was just admiring the cake and accused me of manhandling her child in front of everyone. She also said I've always resented Ava because she's outgoing and not a little robot like Lily. At this point, my husband stepped in. He rarely says anything in family chats, and said, we spent $200 on that cake. Lily wanted it perfect. If someone had smashed it, she would have been devastated. You can't call it just cake when it was literally the centerpiece of the party. Silence for a while after that. Then my aunt, the peacemaker, said we should all drop it and move on. My mom, though, sent me a private message telling me I should still apologize, just to smooth things over. And here's the kicker, Lily overheard me on the phone with my husband later that night and asked, am I in trouble because I didn't share my cake? That broke my heart. I had to explain to her that no, she did nothing wrong, and that it's okay to have boundaries. Even at your own birthday party. So now I'm the villain to half the family, my sister isn't speaking to me, and Lily's confused why everyone's mad. To the people who asked if I've talked to Ava, I haven't. But apparently she told her grandma, my mom, that she only wanted to touch the horn. I'm trying to stay level-headed, but it feels like this is about more than just cake. More to come. Since the cake incident and the group chat explosion, my sister, Ava's mom, has completely cut contact. No texts, no calls, nothing. She even skipped our mom's birthday dinner, which she never does. According to my cousin, she said she won't be in the same room as someone who bullies children. Again, I calmly pulled Ava away from a $200 unicorn cake, not toss her across the yard. Meanwhile, my mom has been trying to play both sides, which I get, but she's not being subtle about it. She texted me yesterday saying, I know your heart was in the right place, sweetie, but sometimes you have to say sorry even when you're not 100% wrong. It's what families do. Then today, she called and said she spoke with my sister and they came up with a solution. If I apologize in the family group chat for how I handled the situation and for embarrassing Ava publicly, my sister is willing to put this behind us and move forward as a family. I asked, so what about Ava's role in all this? My mom said, she's just a child. I asked, what about Lily? She's also a child. And my mom goes, yes, but Lily got her perfect day. Ava didn't. I had to put the phone down and walk away for a minute. Here's what I'm struggling with. Ava didn't get yelled at. I told her calmly but firmly to stop. Lily is still talking about her cake like it's the best thing that ever happened to her. And now I'm supposed to publicly apologize for protecting that moment? I asked my husband what he thought, and he flat out said, you apologize now, you set the tone that Lily's feelings are always second to Ava's. And honestly, I agree. I'm not trying to punish Ava, but I also think actions have consequences, even when you're 7. Still, the pressure is real. I have 3 cousins texting me to just say sorry and move on, and my mom is now hinting that we might not be invited to Thanksgiving unless I make peace. Lily, bless her heart, keeps asking why Ava's mad. I don't have the heart to tell her that it's because she wanted to grab the unicorn horn before the candles were even lit. I feel like I'm stuck between keeping the peace and standing up for my daughter. And for a situation that started with cake, this feels ridiculously personal now. So after days of silent treatment, ultimatums, and family group chat tension, something actually changed because of Ava. This morning, I dropped Lily off at school like usual. As I was walking back to my car, I heard someone call my name. It was Ava's teacher, Mrs. Green. She's one of those super involved elementary school teachers who always remembers which kid belongs to which parent. She asked if I had a minute to chat, so I said sure, though I was immediately bracing for something bad. She said she wanted to share something that happened during yesterday's art activity. Apparently, Ava was drawing a picture of Lily's party and told the class a little story. According to Mrs. Green, it went something like this, direct quote from the teacher. I almost touched the cake. I was gonna take the unicorn horn off and eat it before the candles because it looked yummy, but Auntie Me saw me and told me not to. I was mad so I cried, but I didn't mean to get in trouble. I just stood there, blinking. Mrs. Green looked at me and said, I thought you should know. It sounds like she's starting to understand what happened. So, there it is. She was going for the cake. She did no better. And she's not traumatized, she just got caught doing something she shouldn't. Later that day, I got a call from my mom. Apparently, Ava also told her the same story, completely unprompted while playing with dolls. My mom sounded embarrassed. Like someone who just realized they took a side way too early. She said, maybe you were right to stop her. No apology, but whatever. I'll take the inch. Then, plot twist, my sister called me. First time I've heard her voice since the party. She sounded exhausted. Said she's been under a lot of stress and overreacted. She admitted Ava told her what really happened and that she should have asked more questions before assuming the worst. She also said Ava has been acting out more lately since starting a new school, and the party meltdown was just the tip of the iceberg. She apologized. For real. And I accepted. We both agreed to drop the group chat drama, and I told her I'd be willing to sit down and talk things through. No kids, no distractions, just us. Lily doesn't need to know all the behind-the-scenes mess. All she knows is that her cake stayed beautiful, her party was magical, and she got to eat a slice of every layer. And in the end, that's all I really wanted. If this story kept you hooked, give it a like, share your thoughts below, and subscribe for more.